Ever since Charlie put her in her place, Skylar had a new appreciation for the old saying, "There's always someone better out there." Knowing Charlie had incredible abilities, she'd always looked up to him and felt a little embarrassed. It was only natural, considering how cocky she'd been when they first met, even trying to challenge Mr. Wade. But girls with fiery personalities like hers often found themselves drawn to men who were much stronger than they, because only a man like that could truly earn her respect. So, Skylar had always seen Charlie as her biggest idol. When she heard Charlie was making his magical medicine, she couldn't help but exclaim, "I can't believe Mr. Wade knows how to make that magical medicine too." Christian sighed. How powerful is Mr. Wade, really? We've only seen the tip of the iceberg. I heard that a few days ago, even the brilliant Dr. Tristan Finch was in awe of Mr. Wade's medical skills. The medicine that healed his old injuries was something Mr. Wade made casually. The one he's refining now must be even more incredible. Wow! Skylar was completely stunned. Her family had been in the medicinal ingredients business for years, so she knew a thing or two about holistic medicine. Tristan Finch was one of the top masters of holistic medicine in the entire country. In terms of reputation, he was a living legend. Even the most powerful people had a hard time getting an appointment with him. To think that even he deferred to a young man like Mr. Wade, Skylar couldn't help but be completely fascinated by Charlie. A man with that kind of incredible talent was exactly the type of person women admired most. Especially a strong-willed woman like her, she could only truly admire and submit to a man who was that powerful. Suddenly, her heart started racing like crazy, and she couldn't hide her excitement. Christian suddenly noticed his daughter blushing. He was surprised for a second, then immediately realized his daughter seemed to have a little crush on Charlie. An idea sparked in his mind, and he quickly said to Skylar, "Skylar, I'm going to get the medicinal ingredients ready now. When they're all packed, I want you to take them to Mr. Wade tomorrow morning." "Me?" Skylar asked, surprised. "Dad, don't you want to go yourself? Why are you sending me?" Christian smiled. "You're a girl, and you're both about the same age. You're both young. It'll be easier for you two to talk." After a moment, Christian added, "Honestly, I'm telling you the truth. Despite Mr. Wade's incredible strength and supernatural power, he's actually a very low-key guy. He's been living with the Wilson family as their son-in-law for several years now." Skylar nodded. "Yeah, I think I've heard about that. But I don't get it. If Mr. Wade is so powerful, why would he want to be a live-in son-in-law? Even if he's crazy about that woman from the Wilson family, he could just be with her normally. Why live like that?" Christian sighed. "That's what makes Mr. Wade so unpredictable. You'd think it was for love, and that would be one thing. But I've heard people say that his marriage to Claire from the Wilson family is in name only. In the past, Claire's mother used to tell people that Mr. Wade wasn't even allowed in Claire's bed, that he had to sleep on the floor." "What?" Skylar was floored. "The Wilson family made Mr. Wade sleep on the floor? That's so disrespectful." Christian said, "They have no idea who they're dealing with. I think it might be a form of training for Mr. Wade. Some people in the world like to live a Spartan lifestyle, making things as hard for themselves as possible." "That must be it," Skylar nodded. "Mr. Wade really is amazing," Christian said seriously. "Sweetheart, it won't be long before Mr. Wade really takes off and reaches his full potential. When that happens, every powerful family in Oris Hill, and even across the whole country, will be falling over themselves to get on his good side. They'll be sending their most beautiful daughters to try and win him over. You have to take this chance while you can, starting with delivering this medicine to Mr. Wade." "What?" Skylar blushed bright red. "Dad, what are you talking about? I don't understand what kind of chance you mean." "Don't play dumb with me," Christian said sternly. "I can see that you admire Mr. Wade, don't you?" Skylar fidgeted nervously for a moment before finally, shyly nodding. Christian said, "I have a gut feeling that Mr. Wade, a true prodigy like him, won't stay stuck in that nest of vipers with the Wilson family for long. One day, he's definitely going to leave them behind." This is your chance to build a good relationship with Mr. Wade, maybe even a real connection. Speaking of which, Christian's eyes gleamed with excitement. If the Knox family could have a son-in-law like Mr. Wade, it would secure our family's fortune for the next 100 years. We would finally achieve the dreams of our ancestors, and the Knox family would become one of the top families in the country. If that happened, our ancestors could finally rest easy. They would be so proud. Skylar's heart skipped a beat when she heard this, and her shyness immediately vanished. Her dad was right. This wasn't just some childish crush. This was the key to whether their family could break free from its limits and rise to a whole new level, like a fallen titan. Meeting a fallen titan like him was a once-in-a-century opportunity for any family. So many families rise and fall in less than 100 years, and there are plenty of others that last for 100 years but never manage to get to that next level. The Knox family was one of the latter. If the Knox family could seize this opportunity with Charlie, they could finally soar to new heights. This was truly a once-in-a-century chance. And now, that chance seemed to be in her hands. If she could really bring Charlie into the Knox family, she could save them 100 years of struggle. Oh my God. The weight of her family's future suddenly settled on her, pushing her to get closer to Charlie. So she immediately said to Christian, "Dad, go get the medicinal materials ready. I'll take them to Mr. Wade first thing tomorrow morning." Christian nodded with satisfaction. "You have to look your best. My daughter might not be the most famous beauty in the country, but here in Orris Hill, she's definitely a knockout. If you dress up, you'll look absolutely gorgeous." Skylar's face flushed, but she nodded very seriously. "Don't worry, Dad. I'll definitely pay attention to that." Christian continued, "When you see Mr. Wade tomorrow, remember to tell him that the Knox family respects him deeply and that we hope to be of service to him and support him in the future. Also, let Mr. Wade know that our family has been in the herbal supply business for nearly 100 years. Whatever kind of quality medicinal materials he needs, all he has to do is tell us, and it will be arranged. After you've said all that, ask Mr. Wade if he would be willing to give the Knox family one of his magical medicines. The Knox family will be eternally grateful for it. I believe that after you tell him all this, Mr. Wade definitely won't refuse." Early the next morning, just as Charlie was about to head out to buy some groceries, his phone rang. It was Skylar, the Spitfire from the Knox family. Skylar was on the other end, sounding cheerful. "Mr. Wade, are you home right now?" she asked. Charlie grunted a yes. "I'm home. Why, do you need something?" Skylar said, "My dad asked me to bring you some medicinal materials. He said it was on Warnia's order. I was wondering if now is a good time. If it is, I can bring them right over." His wife Claire had already left for work at her studio, and his father-in-law had driven his mother-in-law over to Thompson's villa to check on the renovation progress. Charlie was home alone, so it wasn't a problem at all. So he said, "Yeah, now's a good time. Come on over." Skylar quickly replied, "Okay, Mr. Wade, I'll be there soon." A few minutes later, Charlie heard a knock on the door. When he opened it, he saw Skylar standing in the doorway. She was wearing a beige dress with a black shawl draped over her shoulders, her long hair flowing freely. She held a huge suitcase in her hand and had a shy expression on her face. "Hello, Mr. Wade. I'm Skylar. I'm not sure if you remember me." Skylar was incredibly nervous. Ever since her father told her yesterday how important Mr. Wade was to her family's future, she'd been tossing and turning all night, barely getting any sleep. Thoughts of Charlie had consumed her mind. She was at that age, after all. What girl doesn't dream of finding a handsome, rich, and powerful man who's also a good husband? And as far as she could see, there was no man in the world who could even compare to Charlie. He was the perfect candidate for a husband. Her dad didn't even have to tell her he hoped she'd make a connection with him. Even without that, she couldn't help but be completely captivated by him. Charlie wasn't sure why Skylar was so nervous. The last time he saw her, she was feisty and determined to fight him. Why did she seem like a completely different person today? The fiery little Spitfire had suddenly turned into a shy, quiet girl. So he asked her, "What's with you today? You seem totally different from before." Skylar looked embarrassed. "Mr. Wade, I was so immature before. The last time we met, I was completely out of line with you, Master Wade. Please forgive me." Charlie smiled. "I can see that. The change is pretty big." He then stepped aside and said, "Don't just stand there at the door, come on in." Skylar nodded quickly and carefully walked inside, pulling the heavy box. Charlie could see that she was struggling with the huge suitcase. He knew Skylar was a trained fighter and had some serious strength. A regular strong guy probably wouldn't be a match for her. For her to be having such a hard time meant the box must be incredibly heavy. So he asked curiously, "What's in your box? Why is it so heavy?" Skylar quickly replied, "Mr. Wade, these are all the medicinal materials my father prepared for you, and they are all premium herbal ingredients." After speaking, she laid the suitcase on the living room floor and opened it.